Hey everyone, this is John, and in this video I'm going to walk through how to set up point of capture email verification inside of your lead forms. So there's a whole ton of benefits to using point of capture email verification, such as improved email deliverability because you're getting less bounces through that could impact your sender reputation. If you're on the agency or lead seller side, you can sell your leads or services for a premium because you can basically go to your clients and buyers and say that you are generating email verified and even phone verified leads if you're doing that for them. So we see a lot of people use lead verification to basically charge a premium for their services. And it's just a great way to increase lead quality because think about it. If someone is submitting an invalid, fake, or disposable email address through your lead form, they probably don't have much intent. They're probably not a highly qualified lead. So before we dive into how to get this all set up, the first thing that I wanted to discuss are the two main use cases to show you the two different ways to use this. So use case number one, I would say, is the more aggressive approach. This is blocking bad emails right at the source, right before they submit your lead form. So in this case, you're only allowing valid emails through, and you're automatically stopping fake, disposable, and invalid addresses before they hit your receiving system. Now, a less aggressive approach here could be to allow valid and unknown email addresses through and stopping the invalid email addresses. And I'll discuss the different statuses and where you can find the exact definitions. But this is one of the most common approaches. The second use case, and I think this is really interesting, is you can basically use the email verification as a data collection tool to get more signal and insights into the email addresses. You can tag the email addresses with the status that's returned, then have some sort of automation on the back end in your lead distribution tool or CRM to basically clean the, to basically remove the bad or invalid addresses so that way you're not sending to them and potentially impacting your sender reputation, or so that way you're not sending your team, your clients, your buyers bad emails. So those are the two main ways to use them. I personally would probably just go with use case number one, but I think use case number two is interesting, and I can't understand why someone wouldn't want this type of data. So let's just dive into how to set this up here. So to turn on email verification, you're going to need to go to lead delivery and then go to lead verification. Now, the big vision for Lead Capture IO has always been to build out more features to help with lead quality, and lead verification is a big component to that. We had our phone verification feature. Now we have our email verification feature. So simply just expand this section. Chances are, if you're watching this for the first time, it might not be enabled on your account. To get it enabled, simply reach out to us. This feature is available for all Pro and Plus users completely for free. I'll explain how the pricing works towards the end of the video. To enable it, once it's enabled on your account, you can enable it at the lead form level. Simply just flip the switch. It's now enabled once you flip the switch and click save. The only other step here is to set your policies. So go to your email field, wherever that is. In this case, it's in the contact step. Go down to email. And once it's enabled, you're going to see this new section called verification policies. If you do not see this, then it means it's not enabled at the lead form. You have to go back to lead delivery and enable it. Now, when it comes to the policies, these are the different, basically, statuses that get returned back to us. And again, the definitions will be in our documentation. Valid means we know the address is most likely valid. Unknown means we have no idea if this address is valid or not. It could be risky delivering to it. Invalid means it's probably fake. Disposable means they probably used a temporary mail service and they're probably just submitting fake information through your lead form. The general rule of thumb from an email deliverability perspective is to maintain the highest reputation and reduce the risk of bounces, to only send follow-up campaigns to valid addresses. You could also send to unknown, but as you begin to send to unknown, the risk of bounces increases. As you get more bounces, that impacts your deliverability of your campaigns. And then you definitely don't want to send to invalid fake addresses. So you could, going back to the use cases that we discussed, only allow valid leads through, or you can choose to allow valid or unknown leads through. I would not allow the rest through. and then just hit save. And then that will apply the logic and the rules to the field. And I'll show you how this works and then how it comes full circle back into lead capture IO. But before I do that, let's touch on that second use case that I discussed, using lead verification as a data collection tool. So what you could do here is still allow everything through by checking all boxes and clicking save. In this case, we're still going to do the check in real time, but the lead won't be blocked and the information will come back into lead capture and post to your system. So that way you can then use that data and run an automation or something on your side and determine how you want to handle it from there. So now let's dive into a live example, and then I'll show you how this posts back into the system and some changes there that we made. So let's just go through this lead form. All right, so I'll enter in my name. Now I'm going to enter in a real email address, a fake email address, and then a disposable address. And the thing to note is this section right down here in the bottom right-hand corner. So let's do john@leadcapture.io. The check will happen as soon as you leave the field. So if you click or tab into the next field, or if you were to hit compare prices or the submit button, then it would do the check, and you'll see this happen pretty fast right now. So I don't know if you caught that, but it just said verifying address. So we basically did all the behind the scenes stuff, determined that this address is valid. It has now been tagged as valid, and when it submits, that tag will be submitted into your systems. Let's do a fake address. Let's imagine someone just typed something like this in. You'll see it says verifying, and then it comes back with this message that says, we couldn't verify that email. Please use a valid email to continue. Now we're trying to be vague on purpose because we do not want to give too much information away to spammers and fraudsters. So we're just basically saying in a friendly way that we can't verify the address. Please try again. Now let's try a temporary address. And I'll just click into the field. It did the lookup, and again it says we can't verify. We're not telling them the status because again we don't want to give too much information away. We're just saying please try again, and then I will re-enter in my email address, and then I would move forward and submit the lead form. Now let's show you how this posts back into the system and then how it sends into your receiving systems. So once the lead is submitted, you'll see it come through like this. So we made a few UI updates here. You're going to notice a new column called email verification. So the verification just applies to phone. And if you hover, you're going to see a tooltip that says verified. If it's not verified, then it would show something like not verified. Email verification, there's going to be a change to this. Currently, if you see this box checked, it just means that you applied the logic to the section, and we're just returning a message back saying that you verified the address. To see the actual status, you'd have to drill in a level deeper. Instead of showing it like this, we're actually going to pull the status up. So when you watch this video in the future, this might look a bit different because it will actually show the status, whether it's verified, disposable, or invalid, or unknown. Now, if we drill into the lead, here is the email address and the verification status. So you'll see here that the actual status posted with the lead, in this case, valid. If it were invalid, it would probably show, I believe we have it set to show red, and then the icon would show that it's not valid. Within the payload that gets sent through the webhook or into Zapier or your integrations, there's a new field here, and this field will post the status back into your systems. So you can always get the status within your system. And speaking to that second use case that I spoke about, I think this is where it's interesting because at the very least, you can use this feature to get more insights into whether or not your email leads are valid. And that information alone, I think, is extremely useful, especially when you're trying to gauge the quality of your leads. So hopefully that makes sense. One other thing I want to note is pricing on this. So pricing is that I have a section. So we're giving away this feature completely free for all Pro and Plus users. It's so valuable, and I want to see so many people use it that I just wanted to give it away for free. We will be taking a loss on this, but I think it's going to be worth it just to help you all improve your lead quality. Now, the way this works is that it's based on your monthly lead plan. So if you're on a 5,000 lead per month plan or a 10,000 lead per month plan, then you can verify up to 5,000 or 10,000 emails per month completely free. Then it resets at the end of each month. If you're on a 15,000 lead per month plan, you can verify up to 15,000 emails per month free. Then it resets every single month. If you have to verify beyond your plan limits, then you can go into lead capture. There's a new section in lead verification. And you can buy additional credits if needed. So if you run into any issues or have any problems, just let me know. Thanks.